Bismillah, Rahman, Rahim. Salam alaikum to all my viewers from Oxum Edits channel. Today we talk, who was Aladdin Bey in Kurulu Osman?
Osman Ghazi was a fortunate person who was blessed with not one but two capable sons, namely Orhan Ghazi and Alaeddin Pasha, and Osman Ghazi, who were the founders of an empire which in their time, the world was the great empire of Islam. So the life conditions of him and his children are the center of many people's conversations. I will briefly tell you about his life with historical references. Dear viewers, all the famous historians, whether they are Turks or non-Turks, have mentioned Alaeddin Bey in their written history, as Sheikh Pashazad, Ibn Kamal Pashazad, Hoja Sadruddin Effendi and Idris Bitlisi. These are all famous and ancient Turkish historians. Some of them think that Alaeddin Bey's real name was Ali or Alaeddin. But in the ancient documents of the Bursa Foundation, his name is mentioned as Alaeddin. It is unknown the year of birth of Alaeddin Ali Bey, and his upbringing was under the supervision of his father. Now the first question is, whether Alaeddin was a big brother or Orhan Ghazi. So dear viewers, there is no definitive answer to this. Some historians believe that Alaeddin was a big brother while some believe that Orhan Ghazi was a big brother, and this debate is because some historians believe that Osman Ghazi had only one wife, Malhan Bola Khatun, but according to some historians, Osman Ghazi had two wives. One of them was Rabia Bola Khatun and the other one was Malhan Khatun. So this confusion was created, and if we assume that Osman Ghazi had two wives, then historians do not agree that Osman Ghazi got married to either Malhan or Bola. So in such a situation, about the age of Orhan and Alaeddin, what was the temperament of Orhan and Alaeddin? According to the famous historian Idris Bitlisi, Shahzada Alaeddin was more tolerant than his brother Orhan Ghazi. Maybe this was the reason that Sheikh Hyder Ali brought him up. Before the death of his father Osman Ghazi, Alaeddin used to stay in Belihik with his grandfather, Sheikh Hyder Ali, and his father with Osman Ghazi. But according to the Ottoman documents, after the death of Osman Ghazi, Shahzada Orhan and Shahzada Alaeddin were taken as the Sultan of this new state. But the surprising thing is that the Ottoman Empire, which saw such a time that to sit on the throne of Osman Ghazi, the next generations of the Ottoman Empire were separated. In this matter of the throne of the Ottoman Empire, there was no mischief between Alaeddin and Orhan. In history, there was a meeting between the two brothers, and Orhan Ghazi proposed to his brother Alaeddin that since this state is the legacy of his father, it should be divided between both brothers, but Alaeddin refused to accept this proposal, saying that he is a traitor to his brother and he is a traitor to Orhan Ghazi, and he took the oath of allegiance to Orhan Ghazi. Orhan Khan was happy with this decision of his brother and proposed to Alaeddin that he should help him in the work of the Sultanate, and Alaeddin accepted this. But dear viewers, this does not mean that Alaeddin did not know how to hold a sword. In fact, according to history, he participated in many wars with Orhan Ghazi. On the request of Orhan Ghazi, for example, when Orhan Ghazi and the Byzantine Emperor Antonikos faced each other during a war in the Maltip area. At that time, Alaeddin was the commander of that army, and their credibility is confirmed by an ancient Ottoman document in which the words of Amiri Kabir, Mujahid Faizi Balila were used for Alaeddin, but Alaeddin is one of the few historical figures who beautifully used the qualities of sword, mind and religion at the same time, but his temperament was like Soachi Bey, who was more interested in the pen than the sword, and just as the elder brother of Osman Ghazi, Soachi Bey, embassy from the time of Ertugrul Ghazi to the time of Osman Ghazi. Similarly, Alaeddin also made it easy for his brother Orhan Ghazi to rule. The relations of these two brothers were friendly and exemplary. Unlike many other Ottoman princes in state affairs, Orhan always sought advice from his brother, which Alaeddin gave with pleasure, and once Alaeddin requested Orhan for a village called Fodra, which Orhan immediately accepted. Let's see, dear viewers, what services Alaeddin Bey did for the Ottoman Empire in 1328 to 1329. Because Alaeddin Bey knew that empires are not established only by warlords and sultans, but also by religious scholars and people from other branches who work for a country, nation, or state. So, dear viewers, in 1328 to 1329, Alaeddin presented his brother, Orhan, with a meeting and congratulatory message on the victory of Izmit. And this was the moment when Alaeddin gave Orhan those 3 suggestions, which played in the legal status of the Ottoman Empire. And these were the 3 suggestions. No. 1. Start the state's financial system, economy. Note. 2. Form a proper army. No. 3. The Ottoman army should have a special government uniform, so that it would be superior to the other armies of Anatolia. So, dear viewers, the economy of the state was started by making such gold coins, on one side of which was the Kalima Tayyiba inscription, while on the other side was the inscription that may Allah keep this empire stable and permanent. Although the Ottoman Empire did not have a proper army before, but the Turks used to fight voluntarily, but Alaeddin Bey arranged the Ottoman army, of whose name was Beyada. This walking army was paid a proper salary and they were free from all kinds of taxes. But the suggestion of this walking army failed because these soldiers were not given proper training, and only after this, the formation of the Yenikari army was brought into force. But there is no information about this, that the suggestion of Yenikari army was given by Alaeddin Bey. Before this, the Ottoman warriors used to wear red caps on their heads, but Alaeddin Bey decided a proper uniform of the Ottoman army, and he chose the colour of the Ottoman army, which used to wear a red cap on the head, white. And this white colour was chosen keeping this hadith in front that the best clothes are white. And the government officials were instructed to wear a headscarf. Government officials were recognised from a distance with this turban, while for the common people, it was that they wear whatever they want. Besides this, Alaeddin suggested that the army be divided into many parts and a separate officer for each part should be appointed, and Alaeddin Bey established the first minister of the Ottoman state. Along with this, he was the first person in the Ottoman family to get the title of Pasha. Now if we talk about when Alaeddin Bey got married, who was his wife and how many children did he have, there is no information about this, but the names of his grandsons are found in a land registry book of the Bursa Foundation, which is of 1522. Alaeddin Bey died in 1333 in Begokoli and his grave is in Bursa with his father's grave. May Allah bless his grave, Ameen. Subscribe the channel Oxum Edits. Thanks for watching.